Do you know they say brain is the most powerful computer ever made or created by God? But most of us lack the user manual. And most of us we know how to charge our phone when the battery is low. But what do we do when the brain is low? Our brain is out of charge. Most of us ignore it. But we don't need to ignore it anymore. Once our brain is tired, we need to give it a room. We need to calm down. We need to rest. We need to find people and talk with the people we trust in order to ensure our health, our brain is in a good health. Habari. My name is Winifrida Richard Manuma, the Assistant Director at Rupwa Social Services, Rusosel. And today I would like to share a bit with you about mental health. What is mental health? Mental health is a state in which one is well-being mentally and being able to cope with stress and all the surrounding environment. You can't talk about mental health without talking about the main part, which is brain. Since without brain, no mental health. So the first part to be protected is your brain. I'll get back to the second point when I was introducing my video. I was talking about what do we do when our brain is down, when our brain is out of charge. Here are the things, little things, small things which matter. Things like taking rest, calming down, talking to people, making interaction with your society, learning from others on how you can cope with the stress or the difficult situation you face, and so on. But there are risk and protective factors which are directly engaged with mental health. Starting with the risk factors, we can categorize them into three parts: individual factors, social factors, and environmental factors. Once you talk about individual factors, are the factors which are directly impacted by him or herself. For example, inability to cope with the stress, sorrowness, loneliness, anxiety, difficult talking to people. This can be one of the individual factors for which can affect your mental health. And when we come to social and environmental factors, I'll talk about them both, social and environmental factors. Once you talk about social and environmental factors, here we find things like poverty, poor interactions among these communities. We find things like school bullying, childhood bullying. We find things like poor parenting, and I would like to talk more about